Welcome to the Church of Thomas. These are readings from Awakenings in an Age of Angels, and this chapter is called Shamana. In the land that is now Peru, there lived several tribes. In one of the tribes there was a couple that were messengers. One was a man and a warrior of honor. He was fair in dealing with those he defeated. His mate and equal was a healer and worked with the plants. They were understood to be from the old ones who built pyramids near the village of the tribe. Though they were born in two different families, they looked as similar as male and female twins could have been. The couple was accepted by the people as messengers of the One. They never gave the god a name. Sometimes they would use this reference of mother or father for this god, but when pushed they just said there was no name. When asked to describe this god, they would smile really big and say it was like the joy of sunshine. The Shamana would sometimes be seen looking at the sun as though having a wonderful conversation. When asked why, she told them that sometimes she missed home, and this helped with the homesickness. She warned the tribe not to look at the sun like she did. She said it might hurt and blind them. So she helped the tribe by talking to the plants. When children were out playing, she asked them to bring her plants that she did not already have, especially if it had gone to seed. When she found seeds that made her smile, she would breed those to the tribe's staple foods. Some examples were cacao, beans, gourds, corn, etc. When she had done her magic, the tribe got a familiar plant that did good things. Sometimes the yield would increase. Sometimes the new plant liked the dry soil better. Sometimes they did not get sick or draw an insect attacker like the others of their kind did. Sometimes she talked to the bugs. These bugs had to be hand-picked off the plants normally. She would tell them to eat a nearby plant instead. Then she would tell the tribe to plant that weed nearby the crop plants. After that, the bugs all went to the other plant. The warrior taught about good fences to discourage puma and rival tribes. When there was no threat, he helped the Shamana with her plants and wrestled with the kids and young people. They loved that. He never lost his temper. He showed them how to stop an attacker without having to kill them. This galled the elders sometimes. They wanted all enemies to be dead, so they never came back to attack again. The warrior told them that to kill in bloodlust was wrong. He said all life was sacred. To convince the last of the elders of his wisdom of his approach, he said, a tribe would not have a reason to continue a feud if there was no dead to mourn. By the age of 25 years, he had become the leader of all the tribe's hunters, warriors. Raids from the other tribes were few. The raids had become more of a testing ground for young men to strut and preen than true war. Since he had taken over the leadership, there had been no deaths in a raid for several years. When the couple was 28, several bad events combined to destabilize their world. First came a coughing illness which hit the tribe in the early spring. It made everybody in the tribe sick except for the couple. Second, while the couple was nursing the tribe back to health, a huge rain came. It came so hard and strong that it washed away the month-old plantings of the crops. The new rock berm around the planting was not enough to protect the plants. The couple was hard-pressed to nurse the sick and try to save the plants at the same time that were left. Those in the tribe who were almost well went out to try to replant with new seeds and plants new roots. The other tribes in the areas were at a disadvantage because they had the same problems with illness and deluge, but lacked people like the couple. Adding to the disaster, the other tribes did not have more seeds. Many tribes just died out. The tribes that had survivors were visited by the couple that brought seeds and tried to heal as many people as they could. One problem the other tribes had was a lack of patience with the Shamana's seed instructions. These seeds were different and often better than the seeds they had planted before. Some of the new seeds needed certain changes from how the others usually were planted. They did not listen to her instructions. Because they failed to follow her instructions, they killed their special seeds. Many of the little plants died just as fast as their children had from the cough. One of the other tribe's leaders saw his tribe losing hope. He only saw that the Shamana and Warriors tribe was recovering. He decided that the couple had given them defective or rotten seeds. He just saw no more deaths in the couple's tribes, while his grew worse off by the day. The raid that leader led was to kill, not to spar. The goal was survival-driven in his eyes. His tribe needed food, fewer people in the other tribe, and more seed. The seeds would be good this time. The warrior was warned in a dream of the attack. He saw that they would not negotiate and would not fight to the death, and would fight to the death instead. The warrior was very sad. He saw that the enemy was not the winner in the battle. Despite all the efforts of the warrior, having been warned, the peace of the last years had been lost. The peace had been so difficult to win, lay dead with 4 men of the other tribe. Those bodies just presaged more bloodshed. The couple's tribe had a few wounded that would heal quickly. The attack stopped midsummer. The raids from the other tribe resumed as the harvest started. This was a desperate rush by the other tribe, but there was a plan behind it. In the mad rush, they ambushed and captured the warrior. The sick tribe thought that they would be able to take the couple's tribe. They were greatly mistaken. The Shamana was a full partner, not just some healer. She knew how to make war as well as grow food. No food was taken in the raid. Out of compassion, she offered more food and seed. This embarrassed the opposition. They wanted to win unconditionally, all or nothing. When they returned to their camp, the warrior was seriously beaten. All attempts at peace failed. The Shamana offered all the tribe had to get her mate back. The opposite tribe was dishonorable. They took the food and seed. Then they murdered the warrior in front of the Shamana and her tribe. In her grief, she tore her hair out. She called for justice from her father to deal with these takers of life, these people who had murdered her mate. She climbed up the pyramid that was nearby to call out to her no-named god. She then collapsed, crying inconsolably. When nothing happened immediately, the opposition tribe carried their booty home. Each of them kicked the now still form of the hunter, healer, warrior, peacemaker as they departed.